Alright, 你好，来自中国，你们身体好吗？ So we are here. It is I again, your Malaysian expat in China, and today we are at the Ming Lake, just catching a little bit of the sunset on a Wednesday evening. And today's video is proudly brought to you by Nike.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's a gift from my cousin Debbie. Thanks a lot. Love it very much. We've got a comment from our YouTube page from a fan or from a follower, from a subscriber by the name of Jennifer Watson, and she asked a very nice question, asking how was her feelings when I first told her that we are moving to China. And I thought it was quite an interesting perspective to get her views of the entire transition. So, as you've seen the earlier videos, it's mentioned that the entire process took me about 7 to about 8 months. But we have not spoken specifically about the documentation and the readiness and the preparation and stuff. That will come very, very soon. But today, our focus is on her. And it's her view, her perspective, her feelings about this whole 9 months or 7-8 months of condensing the mayhem, the madness that we went through into coming to China.
For starters, those of you who do not know, I am his wife.
Yes.
My name is Tara. Ta-da! My name is Tara. And I think the first time you told me was when I was at work. And then suddenly you said, hey, guess what? I've got this email, I've got a job offer in China. And I thought it was total bullshit. And I was like, yeah, right. Ha 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 ha. Because those of you who might not know Eric, he has got a potential to prank. Every other week, he'll come up with this weird sentence, a weird prank that says, hey, guess what? I'm going somewhere. I'm like, no, you're not. And nah, no, I'm not. So you must understand that it took me maybe a few minutes before I says, nah, I don't really believe it, until he showed me the email that says that he was offered a job as an assistant professor. And then the reaction was like, oh my god, is this for real?
Was it that dramatic?
No, but I didn't shout or scream or cry.
Oh.
But I was like, oh my gosh, is this for real? And those of you who do know me or do not know me, I'm actually quite a practical person.
Yes.
Between the both of us, I am the practical one.
Yes.
I always come up with contingency plans, strategy A, plan A, plan B, plan C, you know, what happens next. I'm always thinking 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, and it irritates the hell out of him because he says, go with the flow, go with the flow. But I'm not that. I always think ahead. So when he said that he's got a job in China, the first thing that go through my mind was like, oh my god, can we afford the move? Does it pay well? Like, what about the things, and what about our home? What about our jobs? What about our commitments? So I had a lot of what about question, and it kind of irritated him.
That's true, because she has a steady job. She still have a steady job back in Malaysia, and I was moving from one university to another university on a part-time basis after I left my full-time university job in the past. And the reason why I left is actually to give focus and priority on my doctorate. And that also brought me here, but that's a different story for another video.
So I think I was not, how would I say it? Was I extremely shocked? Maybe yes, for the first few minutes. But then after that, I had all the, oh my gosh, what do we do question. Like, what about our house? What about our cars? What about our things? Should I quit my job?
All
but
the
then,
other commitments,
credit
cards,
bills, how do we pay our bills?
Cable TV.
Can your job sustain the two of us? Is it enough to pay whatever commitments that we have here? You know, and then on top of that, he is studying. He's doing his PhD at the university where I'm working, and
I am on a scholarship
Yeah.
at that in her university.
yeah,
So if I bolt or she bolts, I gotta pay back the whole lump sum.
yeah, so then I also thought, oh my gosh, so are we going to pay that back, or am I going to keep working here and then you're going to work there? So I had so many questions, and I think he was irritated at one point because I remember you said to me, Aya, please lah, why must you spoil the fun by asking all these questions? Yeah, so that was it.
So there was no reaction after that. So when I first got the message that I got a job here in Beifang Minju University, and I told her everything was fine on my end, but everything was not fine on her end. And then we came to terms. Maybe you want to tell the viewers or maybe tell them, how do you come to terms of accepting that yes, this is a new challenge and it's going to be fun?
Well, I think when you showed me the map of where Yinchuan is, and I was like, oh no, because my first reaction was like anyone else. Oh, is it Shanghai? Is it Beijing?
Yeah, man, that's...
And I am a city girl.
To the perspective of outside of China, the world views China as Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou. Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou.
And maybe Shenzhen.
And Shenzhen, yeah, definitely
Which is
Shenzhen.
Hong Kong,
yes,
yeah, which is...
definitely Shenzhen.
So I am a city girl. I grew up in Penang. Well, I grew up in many parts of Malaysia, but I grew up mostly in Penang. And then the last 10 years of our lives, we've lived in KL or /BJ, and it's the capital of Malaysia. It's so easy.
It's the equivalent of living in Beijing.
Yeah, well, not that.
Not that fancy, but you get the drift.
Yeah.
You get the drift of all the amenities, all the facilities,
Yeah.
all the convenience. Yeah.
So then when I started Googling Yinchuan, I got really nervous because it says things like there's only one Starbucks for 2 million people. And I'm not being a spoiled brat, and it's not like I'm a Starbucks drinker and I drink Starbucks every week. No, it's not that. It's just that I'm all about convenience. You know, like the house that we used to live in, I can literally walk 5 minutes to a Jaya Grocer, and Jaya Grocer is one of those quite fancy
Up-trendy
quite fancy
supermarket. Yeah, supermarket.
not hypermarket, supermarket, grocer, and I go there every other day, and I buy things like avocado and organic milk.
Kale.
Kale,
You don't
you know.
buy local spinach, it's kale.
No, I buy spinach.
You do? Yeah, we do.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, right? So I was really worried about the kind of changes and sacrifices that we have to do. And on top of that, I was thinking, oh my gosh, if we're going to be on a single income salary, I cannot be affording all that. And then if there's only one Starbucks, there's probably not going to be an H&M, there's not going to be a Zara. And it's not like I shop in those places all the time, but it's just nice to go in and wander in and smell and touch the fabric.
Yeah, we are just too used with
comfort.
such luxury,
Yeah.
or with not to say luxury, but the convenience of being in the capital city.
Yeah.
Because we're so used with convenient, it was very difficult for us to just shrink everything, downsize,
Yeah.
and then move to a place where we have absolutely no idea, can't even Google it out, can't even find anything online about the place.
Yeah. And the apartment that we stayed in, because we don't have kids, so the apartment that we stayed in, it's a 2-room apartment. So one room is just dedicated to like the guests and our books and mix and match, and I have one whole room just for clothes and shoes and bags. So it's not really a walk-in type closet, but we have kind of made it a walk-in closet where that's where I get dressed. And then now I have to downsize and declutter all my things into one whole room.
Yeah, because
So
we've been in this apartment before we came to China for the last 10 years.
So things accumulate.
Yes.
And you don't know like how much shit you can take and can collect in 10 years.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
I think we started really packing a month before.
Yeah.
And closing down the house.
Yeah.
And then we realized that, oh my god, as we open the drawers and the cupboards, you're like, where did all things come from? And it's really not a lot of things, actually. It's just that it's just our life. So at maybe midway through of the decluttering, I was a bit sad because I was like, oh no, we're not gonna have our own kitchen, we're not gonna cook, we're not gonna do all that.
So it was a very short period of time for a lot of things to happen. So
Yeah.
that was actually quite stressing as well.
Yeah.
But there were moments that you were actually very happy that you were coming.
I am. Actually, a lot of the time I was very excited
Okay.
because first of all, it's somewhere we've never been. And I was excited about experiencing a 4-season country, and I know it's gonna be autumn.
It is, I think, already.
Yeah, I think now it's autumn.
Yeah, it's already in autumn.
Yeah, so I was really excited about experiencing all that. So besides the weather, I love Chinese food, even though I do not know what kind of food to expect here.
It's very different, the Chinese food here in China and Chinese food in Malaysia. So very, very different. Spices are different. But again, it's a different story, a different video and stuff.
So what else was I excited about? So now this is like the 10-year itch. We've been married for 10 years and I think it's great. You know, after 10 years you should throw out all your old furnitures and get new ones. You should, you know, maybe revamp your whole wardrobe and change your outlook and, you know, change your hair. So I actually got my hair done before coming to China. Because why not, right?
Yeah.
Even though it costs a lot of money.
Did it?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So China has been fun so far. It's been great. But were you any part of time during this whole transition that made you sad? Besides the point that you had to leave the house, close down everything. Like,
No.
There was no sad moments?
No. So far I'm really enjoying it.
Okay, so it is always
I
happy.
think.
But what? Because one of the questions that Jennifer asked on when she left the comment is that how did you become so supportive of the move that I made?
And then keep reassuring you to stop overthinking. Because you are an overthinker, and you know that Eric was watching YouTube videos for almost
I've been about 3 months.
3 to 6 hours a day.
For 3 months.
Yeah, about China. And you know, in YouTube, there's a lot of, you know, a lot of things people talk about the bad side of things, but they don't talk about the good side of things. So he was watching all these bad things about it, how, you know, it's not safe.
And I actually doubted
you
come.
you get mugged, you know, you get cheated, you know, the country's not clean and things like that. And I said, stop it, you know, you are killing yourself by watching shit where it's, and these people who post these videos, they are a little bit too fancy for our taste.
Well, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I still follow them. I still like their videos.
so I think that that was that part when I thought I literally told you to stop watching it.
Yeah.
You know, and talk to people who has actually been there. Of course, there are some people who didn't give us good stories. But then they went as tourists. They did not come here as you know, people who lived in the country, in China.
Yeah, the many people that we spoke to about our transition coming to China, out of 10, maybe only 2 actually lived in China for a brief period of time. I mean, when I say brief, I'm talking about at least 2 years minimum. And the rest of them have got bad experience with China as tourists. And when I asked them exactly where did you go and what did you do, and they went to crowded places like Beijing, Shanghai, and all these first-tier cities. And experiencing first-tier cities compared to third-tier cities where we are, it's worlds apart.
You know, so when we first moved here, the first week, of course, we was like so busy cleaning and tidying and finding our way around. But the second to third week, I was actually really thinking, oh my god, you know what? I can actually quit my job, and we could, you know, live on a single income. But then also, I've been kind of what's the word? Invited to also work here and teach.
Yeah, so ever since we came into this university, and she met the bosses who hired me, and they were very pleased after seeing her, and they actually asked her 3 times, would you consider joining us? Would you consider joining us? Would you consider joining us? And knowing if she decides to leave her job or resign from Malaysia, she has a position here waiting. It's a matter of just going through the procedures and the paperwork only.
Yeah, but then again, there are so many other things to consider. Because like what we said earlier,
I'm still on a scholarship.
Yeah.
If we can find a way to nip that scholarship and maintain the same amount I'm paying, then that's a diamond.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. What else? So was I shocked? Yes, maybe for 5-10 minutes. Then I was excited for the duration of the 3 months. 3 months. There were moments in between when I got irritated because he became negative and he was too influenced by the videos. And then there was a moment where I was panicky because I was so stressed about how to shut the house down. And those of you who know him, he doesn't really do housework. Since we've moved here, he has washed the dishes once.
The water is too cold.
Yeah, then how do I do it?
You use hot water.
No, but it's still cold. I've swept and mopped the floor I don't know how many times.
I did too.
How many times?
Twice, 3 times?
Yeah. I can't even count how many times I swept the floor here already.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah, so I think that was the thing that not that I'm here for that, but I
Hey,
think
I
that,
do help, okay?
but I
do help.
think that I'm that the time that we're here together is just good to experience living abroad for a bit, and then I'll see if I'll come over here on a full-time basis.
Alright, so there you have it. Her perspective of how she has become a very supporting pillar of my journey and my transition, and it will stay that way until a long time.
I'm gonna come back for the snow, definitely end of the year.
So join us then and get her perspective again of what's the snow like for the very first time in our lives. Alright?
Would you like to show them the lake?
Yes.
Bye.
I'm gonna turn you.
See you.
No,
Oh,
not yet. So I'm gonna turn you carefully for you to view the lake that we are in. If you can see. Alright, that's one angle, and that is another angle as well. Okay, lovely lake. It's a bit of community get together on the other side of the lake. Well, now you know that we have our YouTube channel. You can follow us on our tour in China, Mongolia, and also in the Central Asian region. So like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, ding 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 ding, so that you won't miss a single video that I post on a hopefully crossing fingers on a weekly basis. Right? So if you like it, leave us a comment. Thanks.